All right, the Chargers get good and bad injury news for a huge matchup that they have coming up. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about the Chargers only on this channel because we follow Jim Harbaugh out to LA here from Michigan. And so now we give you look into your team, the Chargers, and we've just kind of had a lot of fun doing it. So Chargers get good and bad news. Here's the good news. What do you want first? Let's give you the bad news. The bad news is that McConkey probably is not going to play. And the bad news is he's been such a big player for you. So basically, if you look at this, I think I love this chart, kind of an eye chart. Basically, the further you are up and to the right, the more dynamic, meaningful catches you have. Meaningful would be the word. You're putting yourself in scoring position. It has a chance to score. This is what this graph is. And up on the top right, you've got guys like Terry McLaurin, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jaden Reed, Nico Collins, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, the top receivers in this league. McConkey's in there. So that's the bad news, is that this guy, you need him. You just do, based on what your offense is doing and the whole thing. Other bad news real quick. Let's just, since we're doing bad news, let's just do it, is Cam Hart is questionable as well. Hold on. What just happened? There we go. Denzel Perryman. I don't like that. J.K. Dobbins, we know. Gilman. So there's some important players. Now, here's the good news in this. McConkey was seen out at practice running around today. So it just tells us that this isn't a season ender. Okay. This is like, should we just be smart about this? Kind of give him a couple weeks off type thing. So the good news is, he's impactful and you miss him. Like, that's good news. I know it was bad news as well, but the good news is McConkey's the real deal. These aren't season enders. We've got a couple season enders, of course. Everybody does this time of year, but your main players, your quarterback, offensive line, just key pieces defensively, offensively, pretty good health, all things considered. And so you really notice it when a guy like McConkey's like threatened not to be able to play. It's like, oh man, we really need him. Because another stat that I think's kind of crazy here is when the Chargers have produced 0.55 EPA per play when targeting McConkey in the passing game. When they target everyone else, they produce 0.08. Again, what that means is impactful, meaningful catches, plays happen when they go to McConkey. He scores. He gets first downs. He gets chunk plays. Everybody else is like drops, short passes, no run after catch. That's essentially what we're looking at. So it's got to go to him. Without him in there, you're looking at Quentin Johnson, Josh Palmer, Jalen Rieger, and DJ Chark, who I keep thinking, man, that'd be great if he gets in there, but he just hasn't yet. Let me know in the comments, by the way, who is your college team? The reason I bring that up is because up here in Michigan fan, loving college football right now, beating Ohio State. LA, are you Trojan fans out there? It could be a lot of different things. Arizona State. I don't know. Who else? I mean, there's UCLA. There's a lot going on. Let me know your college team. Okay. DJ Chark, who I've just been like, come on, where is he? Why is he not playing? What is going on? If he doesn't get snaps now, and it's like, okay, this is not good. Okay. So we talked about McConkey. Now another thing I want to show you we talked about your schedule a lot, LA's schedule, and you went through a stretch there where it was like winnable games, but you had to take advantage of it, and you did. So now you're in a great position. You're exactly where you want to be. Now, if you're pretty much a lock to make the playoffs. Like, it'd just be hard to miss the playoffs now. But now it's like, all right, if we win that, now we this week is, do we go for the division or not? It has to be a win. Talk about good news, bad news. The good news is you play Kansas City. The bad news is you play Kansas City. And what I mean by that is if you win, wow, you're right there for the division. But if you lose, it's over. Division's out of there. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. And I think the Chargers can win this game. Then Tampa's down. Denver's good, but you're not like terrified of them by any means. And then you end with 2 easy games. So it's like if you can win this one, then the next 2 are just going to be some tough playoff football. And then the last 2 is like, come on. So good news there as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Lad McConkey has just been incredible. We've talked about it on this channel about basically how the Chargers have nailed the draft. When you look at Joe Alt, Lad McConkey, that combo right there is just epic because remember it was Neighbors that was like, I don't know, should you take Neighbors right here? They're like, no, take Joe Alt, and we get a receiver just as good as him, playing just as good, fits in scheme just as good as he would. And we get him late in the second round. And then these 5th round corners have just been, I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you got to do it. It's not easy. It's hard to find these guys, especially at DB. That's a huge get because each year coming into the draft, it feels like there's a couple more elite wide receivers than there is corners. That's just like the real elite dudes play wide receiver. And so they come into the league and it's just like you've got this growing pile of elite receivers, and then it's like this pile of corners isn't as big. So to find those guys in limited inventory in the 5th round is huge. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you